Hello everyone and welcome to this video in which I'm going to outline the plans I have for this YouTube channel. I have three things in mind for future videos. The first one is repairs and reviews of equipment. For example, I got this broken multimeter here and for once the problem is not the capacitor that went bad. I know already what's wrong with it and the issue is rather subtle, so that could make for an interesting and educational repair video. I'm not going to do a whole lot of product reviews, but sometimes I come across interesting parts or equipment that I will show. For example, Exmos sent me their start kit here. And after playing around with it for a bit, I think that their chip has a number of pretty cool features which are well worth discussing. I will always put the equipment into the context of their application. This means that I will show how I use instruments and how I use specific parts in my projects, because in my opinion there is no point in having equipment and parts without using them properly. Which brings me to the second focus of this channel, which is some kind of project log. So far, the only thing I have shown that might qualify as a small project is the weather station decoding series I did with this RTL SDR dongle. I'm planning to do more with this, but I also have a bunch of electronics projects in the pipeline. For example, I got these boards yesterday, and this is going to be an awesome RF project. I'm not disclosing what it is yet, but just look at these shiny sexy SMA connectors in gold, and that already tell you that this is going to be a very cool and promising project. The third aspect of my channel revolves around understanding discrete circuits. When I got into electronics, my first circuits were discrete and mostly analog. In fact, I never had the opportunity of playing with microcontrollers before my professional education. My impression of hobby electronics nowadays, and I actually might be very wrong on that, but nonetheless my impression is that there is a much stronger focus on putting sort of pre-built blocks together. For example, you take an Arduino and some radio module, you connect the two, and that's your electronics project. We might now argue whether this is electronics in the first place and about which of these approaches is superior, but I'm not really interested in this discussion because I know that the people doing this enjoy what they are doing and there is no reason to criticize that. However, in all fairness, just connecting blocks together has sort of two shortcomings. First, I always felt the urge to understand how things work. You know, for example, what's actually on this Arduino board and how do all these components sort of work together? If you're not interested in that, I will try my best to convince you otherwise, but I accept that if you're just not interested in that and this doesn't resonate with you, then that's fine, I guess. More importantly, however, there are still quite a few things that you should know about discrete parts and about analog design to get working products. A good example is the transistor biasing I talked about in one of the previous videos, where I had an example of somebody actually connecting it not really the way you should and running into problems. Hence, I will discuss random circuits that I find interesting and also focus on common mistakes in projects I come across. I will show alternatives to these circuits, not because I think that the projects suck, but because it's always cool to know about alternatives and their trade-offs. I will do my best to respect other people's work, and this is really the only rule I'm asking you to follow as well if you want to comment or discuss my videos. That's it. The next video is either going to be the introduction to this Exmos development board or the introduction to this new funky RF project I talked about today. As always, if you want to comment or discuss something, please do so in the comments. Maybe you have some idea about a cool circuit that I could discuss or some other problems that you're trying to resolve. If that is the case, please share that in the comments. Thank you for watching.